Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Today is August 25th, Wednesday. We had a pretty bloody day yesterday, I would say. The market didn't. The market was having a major correction, and based on the chart, the upward trend is no longer there. We are now officially in a somewhat downtrend market, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts and my analysis, and also my plans to trade for today only. Okay, because I do day trade. And if you are one of those, value investors, you're welcome to chime in or then share with me. But then again, there are a couple of things that I don't do. I try not to predict the market. I only trade the trend. As long as the trend is there, I trade the trend. So this principle could apply to literally anything that I'm doing. With every single, let it be cryptocurrencies, stocks, futures. I do the same, trading system with almost everything that I trade. All right, so let's get into it right away. For Bitcoin, it wasn't a very straightforward upward trend day, but then looking at, let's zoom out a little bit, looking at the daily time frame, right? Even though we have had some pretty significant downward trend yesterday, the trend is actually still pretty healthy looking, right? The upward trend is not broken. We are still in this upward trend that began earlier this month, and I guess based on the based on Adam's theory, we are still, we're still on our way to $60,000. All right, so this is just one probability, right? It might or might not happen, but based on Adam's theory and Adam's reflection, this might happen. Well, we're still on track, right? We're still on track. So don't panic yet. Any correction is good correction. So, but are there opportunities for us to trade for today? Let's see. I will have to turn on Do Not Disturb so that you don't get disturbed. All right. So what I would usually do is I'll go into the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is my main, battleground, because given how fluctuating Bitcoin is, if you zoom in too much, you will find it's very difficult to find, clean support and resistance. And in 4-hour time frame, it's a lot easier. So, and right now, the support and resistance we have outlined yesterday are still intact. But only thing that's a bit worrying is that this part, right? So, this means that in the 4-hour time frame, we are officially in a mini downward trend, in a large upward trend. So if the trend continues, there's a slight opportunity that we might be moving away from this upward trend. But as long as the major upward trend is still intact on the major time frame, I'm not too worried. Corrections are always good because this means that you can get in. If you're holding long positions, this is good opportunities for you to get in. But I usually don't trade like this. What I'll do is I will either look for opportunities to trade here on the 4-hour time frame support, or if the market doesn't perform or doesn't break through, I'll look for opportunities here. So either at 48,500, which is now, I'll be closely watching the market, or the next line would be 47,000. So, but if you're familiar with this channel, we usually do Adam's reflection on the first bar that gets breakthrough. It's like here. And the 4-hour time frame shorting Adam has its satisfaction on 45,000. So this could mean that there's a slight opportunity for the price to come down to 45,000. Slight opportunity. Let's do it again. But then, you know, because this is up here now, because of this candlestick going back up, this trend might be no longer valid. So I'll keep my fingers crossed. I think the best scenario would be that after some correction here, Bitcoin will be making a breakthrough on the 48,000 range and then come back to begin another round of upward trend. Exciting, right? We are there's a a possibility that we are heading to 50,000 again. Let's hope that's true. But then let's prepare for both, right? Because right now the future holds here. We'll have to wait until it either makes a breakthrough or it doesn't. If it doesn't, then chances are it might come down, right? If it does, then chances are it might go up. So I don't have the probability, but these two are the possible outcomes, or it could be consolidating here. You never know. So this will be my trading plan. I'll be waiting for a breakthrough or a downward trend for Bitcoin. Zooming a little bit to see if there's opportunities for us to get in. All right. So actually, on the 15-minute scale, if you pay a bit, all right, even on the hourly time frame, right? This is already here, which means we are making a breakthrough right now as we speak. So if we were to follow Adam theory, just do a quick reflection on here. Boom. And okay, we might be hitting 48,980 if this is successful. And wow, okay, so actually the retest of the support on 48,398 seems to be done already. But I wouldn't just jump in so quick just because yesterday we had this, right? We had this humongous battle thingy here. This resistance didn't seem to work. And then I wouldn't be trading so quickly. I would wait for the price to come up here. Then I'll get into the market. So the reason that I'm setting up the alert here would be for that. So I'll do it here. All right. So my trading plan is wait for price to break 48,600. Then look for opti to treat. If you follow me closely, you will see that the majority of the time I'll be spending on waiting. So this is more like a waiting game, if anything else. It's far from glamorous. I don't have like 16 monitors. Actually, I have 4 monitors, but then there's very little tight, action-packed trading, battle style trading that you see in the movies or in the TVs or in some of the YouTubes, right? The real trading life is just set up your parameters and wait for your signal to get in. This could be a good signal, but then I kind of followed the signal yesterday, but I wasn't successful, so I will not get in again. I will wait for a more sure signal here. So this is my trading plan for Bitcoin. Look at that. It's not successful, and that might be the case, right? You never know. All right, next, Ethereum. Just because BTC is not doing very well, everything else becomes a bit of a nuance, especially for ETH. So on the daily time frame, we're seeing a major consolidation right here. Okay, here we go. So it looks like a reasonably clean consolidation. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know. So the best way really to look for is to either to zoom in on the 4-hour time frame or to watch or to wait for the price to hit either 33.64 or 29.36. These are where the opportunities will probably be. I wouldn't be trading very actively when the price is in the middle, just because the probability of winning for a long position is not that high. But still, let's look into the 4-hour time frame. And, okay, I forgot to stamp my support and resistance line. If you use support and resistance extensively like I do, it's probably a good idea just to stamp it so that you know which support resistance it's belongs to their specific time frame, so that you know what to do. But then it's just for me. I sometimes forget. There's maybe another support right here. This is not that clean, right? You see all these shadows, wicks. So I would just put it there for viewing purposes. Like, look at these two, right? They're kind of annoying, but I'll just put it there to look for maybe some borderline opportunities to trade. But what it looks like is it's not making a lot of sense. We'll probably have to wait until Bitcoin makes significant move, either up or down. But right now it's just a consolidating market. I wouldn't do much to Ethereum. I would just be watching very closely. Not much to do today. I wouldn't say today, but then maybe for the next 4 hours, there's not much, unless like this, right? Then there could be something. Komodo, it's an interesting coin. It has made some great comeback like this. I like coins that does this. This usually means that if the market is right, there's this long, huge curve that happens. This is very common on a lot of coins if you really pay attention. And Komodo, it's right on the verge of it. And because we're looking at daily time frame, I'm reasonably confident that there's at least a reasonable probability for Komodo to shoot up in the next few days if the market is right. So just pay attention to it. Right now might not be the best time to do because of the most recent drops. But then again, there's you can switch it down. You can pull down here. So this is a clear support on the daily time frame, And if we zoom in a little bit, all right, so we're seeing some really, really clean edges right here. And I would say if another edge is defined somewhere here and Bitcoin's trend works out, this area will be the best opportunity to get in, right? So what I'll do is I'll set up a alarm so that I know when things happen. And my trading plan for Komodo will be look for update to get in around day support, and also when BTC is breaking out. Because every single coin is somewhat connected to Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin is making a move, it's good or reasonably safe to assume that every single other coin is going to be doing okay, and it's just one added layer of security. So that's it for Komodo. ICP. I've had high hopes for ICP, but it's not doing very well for the last few days. Look at this trend, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So we're seeing it's a downward trend on the daily time frame, which is never a good thing. But there's also somewhat clean support right here. So we're seeing good support around the $54 range. And right now is doing like this. I mean, if you were to adjust according to 4-hour time frame, there may be a good opportunity for you to trade. Assuming that there might be some good things happening like this. But there's not a lot of fuel for loaning ICP. There's a lot of fuel here, right? But this is a good sign. This is also a good sign if it breaks through. So again, I will be waiting for Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin is making a breakthrough, ICP will as well. So let's see. BNB. All right, BNB is super strong these 2 days. I was hoping to get in yesterday, but I wasn't around when the lowest point hits here. And I didn't want to get in here, which is $470, when I could have got in at 300, right? But what do I know? So what's gonna happen maybe is we're gonna wait for another breakthrough here, and then if this is confirmed, I'll get into the market. So I will set up an alert here. You got the drill, right? This is how I analyze the market. So is showing signs of slowing down. If you can see from the chart, right? Up, down, 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 up, down. So it's slowing down. The trend is reversing on both the 4-hour and the daily time frame. Let's see, daily time frame. Yeah. Yep. I would be cautious, very, very cautious with SOL. And if I sold the majority of my SOL here, which is convenient for me. But if you were planning to, take a second mortgage and then get into SOL today, my recommendation is just to watch or hedge your risk, because the risk is becoming bigger and bigger with the trend reversing. And I'm not sure. This might not be true. I don't want to see the trend reversing, but based on the chart, the chart never lie, right? But then you never know. Sometimes it's like this, right? So that's why I will get in when the trend becomes like this again. So that will be my trading plan. But I will not set up alerts because I'll be actively trading these couple of days. FTT, I will not be actively trading FTT just because it's similar situation with Sol. Dogecoin is also slowing down a little bit, even with all that hype happened when Elon Musk announced all that various things. There's not a lot of hype here. That's when I decided to get out, because when you see major news like that and then it's not making a lot of moves, it's probably a good sign. But then again, the main reason that I got out of Dogecoin is because of the slowing down trend. I'll be patiently waiting somewhere here. So look at this, right? This could be where it's going, 26. So, but that's just a guess. I don't know. What do I know? All right, AVAX. Wow, our all-star coin that was keep going despite the downtrend BTC market. Amazing, right? Is it too late to get in? Well, I mean, the trend is still there on 4 hours. I wouldn't panic. Let's look at the hour time frame. I wouldn't panic. The trend is still pretty healthy. Look at that, right? It's pretty healthy. I would just wait for the price to consolidate a little bit here, and then I'll be waiting for a breakthrough at around this range before I get in. So that will be 53. So wait for 53. This way it's more sure. Then I'll look for opportunities to get in. So that's my plan. All right, I'll skip Cardano because I don't have Cardano, and I don't intend to trade Cardano because of the most recent hype. I think it's just way too high. Look at this. It's at its all-time high. It needs some good correction. I will not look at it until there's some major correction happening. Although you could say that this is a major correction, but then I'll be closely watching. But I will probably not going to trade that much. But then again, the good thing is, look at this, right? For the last few days, the 2.65 has become a really strong support, and there's definitely momentum for it to go up just because of all the hype it has received most recently. So if you don't have anything else to buy the trend, but I wouldn't be trading here just because I'm not the fan of buying high. This is like too high for me. I want to patiently wait for it to come down again and then consolidate at a lower stage, maybe at 2.25 or 2. I could be just daydreaming and the price might never come back. You never know, right? But then I'm willing to take the risk. Cool. All right, that's it for today. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Oops.